Let me tell you about the night my life decided to take a hard left into a soap opera scripted by a sadist. It was a Tuesday, because of course it was. Tuesdays are the universe's way of sneaking up on you, like a coworker who leaves their tuna sandwich container in the office fridge just to ruin your day. My name's Ethan Carter, a 32-year-old carpenter from Columbus, Ohio, who thought he was living the American dream, nice house loving wife, the whole picket fence package. Spoiler alert, I was wrong. Dead wrong. That evening, I'd spent 2 hours in the kitchen channeling my inner Gordon Ramsay, minus the accent and the urge to yell idiot sandwich at the cutting board. I was cooking Lauren Harper's favorite meal, lemon thyme salmon, marinated to perfection, with a recipe I dug up from some foodie blog that promised to teleport your taste buds to a Mediterranean villa. Garlic-infused rice that could probably make a grown man cry tears of joy. Hand-trimmed green beans, because apparently I was auditioning for Domestic God of the Year. The kitchen smelled like a five-star restaurant, and I was feeling like the kind of husband who deserved a medal, or at least a thank you kiss. Lauren, my wife of 3 years, had texted me earlier, working late again. Don't wait up. Sorry, babe. A smarter guy might have taken that at face value, popped open a beer, and called it a night. But me, I had a full-blown case of romantic stupidity. I thought, why not surprise her at the office? She's been grinding so hard, probably hasn't eaten since that sad yogurt cup at lunch. So I packed the meal into those fancy glass containers we got as wedding gifts, the ones we never used, because we were too busy pretending to be adults. Salmon in the big one, rice in the medium beans, in the small, all tucked into a paper bag like I was running a gourmet Uber Eats. The drive across Columbus gave me time to rehearse my grand entrance. I'd stroll into her office bag in hand, and she'd look up from her laptop, those tired hazel eyes lighting up like Christmas morning. Maybe she'd cry a little, the good kind of tears, not the why are you like this ones I'd been seeing lately. We'd eat together at her desk, talk about her big project, and for once, we'd reconnect like we did back when we were dumb and in love. Yeah, that's not what happened. Her office was in one of those glass towers that screams, "We're richer than you," from every polished surface. I'd been there maybe 4 times in the 2 years she'd worked there, and every visit made me feel like I needed a VIP pass just to exist. The security guard, Tony, was a solid guy who always asked about my carpentry jobs, like he actually cared. "Evening, Mr. Carter," he said as I signed in. "Mrs. Harper's still upstairs. Working late, huh?" "You know how it is," I replied, holding up the bag. "Thought I'd bring her dinner." Tony grinned. "She's lucky to have you. Elevators to your left." The ride to the 14th floor felt like it took longer than a cross-country road trip. I was bouncing on my heels, adjusting the bag to keep the food warm, picturing Lauren's smile. The hallway was dark, save for the glow spilling from under a few office doors. Lauren's corner office was at the end, her name on a brass plate that probably cost more than my monthly grocery bill. I heard voices, hers and someone else's. Probably a conference call, I thought. She'd been having a lot of those lately. I didn't knock. Why would I? I was her husband bringing her favorite meal after a long day. I turned the handle, pushed the door open with my shoulder and froze. My world didn't just crack, it exploded into a million jagged pieces. There was Lauren, my wife, not sitting at her desk, but on its skirt, hiked up blouse, half unbuttoned legs, wrapped around Victor Langston, her slick-haired Cologne ad model boss. His hands were on her hips, hers were in his hair, and they were kissing like they were auditioning for a rom-com with a very different rating than I'd signed up for. But that wasn't the worst part. Oh no. As I stood there, the bag slipping from my fingers, I caught their conversation mid-kiss. Once Ethan pays off the mortgage, Lauren murmured, "We're set. The Hope for Columbus Fund is already at 80 grand. Vanessa says we can clean it out by next quarter."